Teen says typeface change could save millions. Number your paragraphs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 continues, then 7, 8, 9, 10. Pause if you need to. Okay. Paragraph 1. A teenager has published a study suggesting the federal government could save millions of dollars a year in printing costs by switching to a thinner typeface that uses ink. 2. Surveyor Michandani, 14, said he noticed there was plenty of talk at school about saving paper, and he wondered about saving ink. Paragraph 3. Surveyor, who lives in the township of O'Hare, just outside Pittsburgh, said Friday that the idea began when he was in middle school and he noticed that some of the teachers used heavier fonts for printing. He said he was already interested in graphic design and used a software program to estimate how much ink different typeface or fonts used. Paragraph 4. The data was really surprising to me, he said, of how the differences added up, even for the printing done by his school district. Paragraph 5. He expanded the study to look at potential savings by the federal government, and a new paper on his research was published this month in the Journal of Emerging Investigators, a peer-reviewed journal created for promising middle and high school students. He found that the Office of Management and Budget had already estimated that federal agencies would spend about $1.8 billion in printing for this year, and that ink was more expensive than paper on a per-page basis. Paragraph 6. In the new paper, a simple printing solution to aid deficit reduction, Surveyor analyzed 5 documents produced by 5 U.S. government agencies and estimated how much ink six continued would be used with 3 typefaces: Garamond, Times New Roman, and Century Gothic. The analysis estimated that using 12-point Garamond would save about 29% in ink costs. 7. Surveyor said that his school district looked at the idea, but hasn't been able to implement the switch. 8. It didn't really catch on, he said. I understand it's hard to make this kind of change. 9. Still, he's happy that his work succeeded in even just creating an awareness of how much ink different typefaces use. 10. The government printing office has praised Surveyor's work and said it will review the printing suggestion. Questions? For what reason would the typeface save the government money? 2. What does the government plan to do based on the teen's suggestion? 3. What is the Journal of Emerging Investigators? 4. What is the official title of the teen's research paper? What eco-friendly activity first spurred the teen's interest in the concept of saving money by changing font size? Precisely, part 2, precisely where does the teen mentioned in the text live, and what is his name and age? What costs more for the federal government, ink or paper? Cite evidence from the text to support your answer. And what does it mean if a journal is peer-reviewed? Last part. The author states that the government has praised Surveyor's work and that his local school hasn't been able to implement the switch. If it is true that huge amounts of money can be saved using the government font, size 12, why hasn't the switch been made? What can be done to convince agencies to make the switch? Explain in detail and cite, use evidence from the text. And number 4, you have been given responsibility of helping your own school district save money. List at least 4 concepts that could potentially save funds. Include the reason you believe the idea could save money and how you prove the theory. How can you convince your school to make the necessary changes?